In an era when music was shifting from the big band swing to soul, from jazz to pop, one voice stood tall, warm, and unmistakable. A voice that carried the elegance of jazz, the emotion of gospel, and the timeless heart of soul. He rose from the humble beginnings to share the stage with legends including Count Basie himself. However, it was in 1968 that he carved his own name into history with a simple story song called Little Green Apples that became a global hit, earning him a Grammy and placing his name among the finest storytellers. His career would span decades from jazz stages to pop charts, from the pulpit to the hearts of millions. And through it all, his voice remained the same, smooth, sincere, and full of soul. The centerpiece of today's video is all about O.C. Smith. Now, if you guys love my videos and love supporting me, then I suggest you become a member of the channel where I will be releasing exclusive videos just for you all. Be sure to get that family tier so you won't miss out on these exclusive perks. Now, before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more content. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born on June 21st, 1932 in Mansfield, Louisiana, a small town filled with church music, Sunday sermons, and the sound of resilience. His mother, a teacher and a woman of deep faith, raised him to value education, kindness, and music. When he was a boy, she moved the family to Los Angeles to chase better opportunities and a bright future. In LA, Smith discovered his gift, a rich baritone that could move effortlessly between jazz, blues, and gospel. By his teenage years, he was singing anywhere he could, from small church gatherings to local clubs that echoed with the West Coast cool. But before fame, it was service. After graduating from college, Smith joined the U.S. Air Force, where he sang in Air Force bands and refined his craft, performing all around the world. The disciple of the military combined with the freedom of music gave him something rare, control, and soul. And when he returned home, that combination would change his life. In the 1950s, jazz was still king, and few names commanded more respect than Count Basie. To share stage with Basie's band was a dream few achieved. And for Smith, that dream came true. He became the featured vocalist for the Count Basie's orchestra, following the footsteps of legends like Joe Williams and Jimmy Rushing. Night after night, he performed in front of packed houses, honing his timing, phrasing, and stage presence. Those years taught him how to command a stage by not overpowering the audience, but by inviting them in. He learned to let the silence swing and to let the words breathe. And by early 1960, Smith began recording solo, blending sophistication of jazz with the emotion depth of soul. The world was changing, and so was the sound. In the 60s, the music industry was evolving, and Smith stood at the crossroads of the genres. He released a series of singles with Columbia Records, songs that showcased his smooth voice and storytelling touch, but commercial success was wide. The charts was crowded, and jazz pop singers was being overshadowed by the new wave of MOTOWN and soul music. Still, Smith didn't give up. He performed relentlessly, traveling coast to coast, finding audiences who still appreciate the elegance in song. He believed that real music that was heartfelt, honest, and timeless will always find its way. He was right, because in 1968, everything changed. When songwriter Bobby Russell penned a simple poetic tune called Little Green Apples, no one could have imagined that it would change Smith's life forever.
And I look across that smiling.
The song was a slice of everyday love and gratitude. But in Smith's hands, it became something deeper, a soulful sermon on the beauty of ordinary life. In 1968, Little Green Apples soared to the top of the charts, earning Smith a Grammy Award and international fame. Suddenly, he was everywhere, performing on television, headlining tours, and appearing in magazines that hailed him as the gentleman of soul. He followed the success with more hits like Daddy's Little Man,
She alright, does she go out a lot at night?
And Son of a Hickory Holler's Tramp.
The Scarlet Lamb. And late at night.
These songs solidified his reputation as a master storyteller. Smith had done what few could. He bridged jazz sophistication and soulful scenery without even losing his warmth identity. As the 70s turned into the 80s, Smith continued to evolve. He embraced elements of contemporary soul and jazz, performing in clubs, theaters, and churches. But as the spotlight began to dim, his purpose began to shift. He found a new meaning in ministry. Smith became a pastor and founded the City of Angels Church of Religious Science, using his voice not just to sing, but to uplift, inspire, and heal. His messages, like his music, was filled with love, humanity, and faith. He often spoke about gratitude, the same theme that ran through his greatest home. To Smith, Little Green Apples wasn't just a hit, it was a lesson, a reminder to find joy in life's simplest blessings. Smith sadly passed away on November 23, 2001 at the age of 69. From Louisiana to Los Angeles, from jazz clubs to church pews, his voice carried one consistent truth: that love, gratitude, and grace never go out of style. His songs continue to be played by those who crave certainty in the age of noise. Because when Smith sang, he didn't just perform, he reminded us how to feel. He was more than a singer, he was a storyteller, a pastor, and a gentleman of soul. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by O.C. Smith?